Hello, everyone. Travis here on the very first day of the summer split 2014, joined by Yellowpete. This is actually the very first day of the split, but your last day as a starter on Evil Geniuses. So first off, what exactly happened? How were you approached, or whatever? Was it a big dramatic scene? Did people cry? Like what happened? What went down?
So basically, after the last split concluded, we just came together and like shared opinions on how we think the split went and what we think went wrong, what we think went right. Yeah, just basically where we stand and what we want to change for the future. Because as it was pretty obvious, like we didn't have a good split. We just barely made it through relegation, sort of, with our last win against XTG. So we didn't have to face LMQ. So yeah, and we were kind of just openly talking about what we think needed to change, and there was a couple of things that we felt could be fixed with, like, I mean, not easily, but like they could be fixed. So amongst other things, we started having tryouts for AD support and jungle, and yeah, after a couple of weeks of scrimming with tryouts and like also in the original composition and just comparing and also having like external input from an analyst, etc., to kind of figure out what worked best for us, we made the decision to have Altec play in my stead for the next split. And then, yeah, we kind of needed to rush things, which is why I'm still playing or still played this match today, because we couldn't make it work as quickly as we would have liked to. But yeah, I mean, I won't complain. You know, I had my last game with the LCS today. It was pretty nice.
Now you are entering into the sub role for EG. Does that, like, a bunch of questions pop up? One, are you going to continue to live in America?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to live in the EG house. I'm expecting to stay with the team at least until the end of the split or until Worlds or however far we make it. And from there on, it's kind of completely open for me. As for my role in this time, I mean, I'm gonna be a sub officially, obviously, but I'm gonna look to just kind of help out the team in whatever way I possibly can, be it as a kind of an analyst role, scouting opposing teams, or I don't know, helping out in practice. You know, being an outside perspective can always help in discussions about scrims or whatnot. So I'm expecting to like still be helpful, if I can put it this way, for the team. But like my role isn't like clearly carved out yet, so I'll have to figure that out within the next couple of weeks.
Would you like to return to competitive gaming in like a main role in the future? Like always hear a lot of people whenever they step down from LCS say like, I'm going to go lead a challenger team to success or something like that. Any chance that you would want to pursue something like that in the future?
I don't think I want to. No, I don't want to like play again or play another team up like from the challenger scene or try and get back into the LCS that way. I don't think it pays off for me at this point of my life. So yeah, I'll just stay with the options that I have right now and then evaluate further.
Whenever the decision came, though, you know, I have to ask this question because an odd one told me that some of the guys on TSM cried. Were there tears or anything like that? Was it really dramatic, or was it just sort of matter of fact because you said you guys had been discussing it for a while?
We kind of like slowly eased into that, and I feel it went down very transparently. Like everyone, there was no like, oh, you talked behind my back or whatever, and like, I'm getting replaced and didn't know anything about it. Like everyone was very open about this for a long time, so it was like clearly eased into it. So like there was no emotional outbreak or anything.
You mentioned that also the jungle and support positions were looked at. Any reason why you guys didn't decide to replace them? Were you not able to find anyone, or how did that go down?
As for the jungle and support positions, or basically our decision to make was like who exactly would we replace, or would it be good? And then we just had to look at the options that we had. Honestly, like we tried a couple players, and yeah, you can obviously replace somebody, but if you don't see like a clear benefit in it, then that doesn't make any sense. So Altec, the change from me to Altec was just the change that out of the ones that were possible to us, like who could we get, etc., was just the one that would make the biggest difference, or we felt would make the biggest difference.
Now, you just played your last game. Whenever I talk to a lot of pro players in the past that have retired, Hotshot, Reggie, etc., they always have a sense of just relaxation immediately after this moment of realizing that they don't have to worry about like next week's games and being on stage and all that kind of thing. Has that hit you yet? Do you expect it to hit you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the LCS format isn't exactly the least stressful, I would say, because you're constantly preparing for your next week's matches. There's little downtime, and I think as as sad as it is for me, like obviously I would have liked to keep playing because it's very very fun. That is a positive aspect. I don't have to worry about it as much anymore. I'll be able to do other things once in a while as well. So yeah.
How well do you expect EG to do with Altec on instead of you?
I feel they can do better. Like, not only is Altec a very talented player individually, and he seems to, so far at least from what I've seen from scrims, blend pretty well with the team, communication-wise. I feel just the change in itself, and that the fact that the team members are confident in the change will just like kind of swing the team's mood around in terms of their own ability. So that'll be very helpful. I expect us to do better just by this alone, and then also by Altec being a really good player. I don't feel like it's going to be like a night and day difference. I don't expect us to like finish first or anything this split. Kind of staying realistic in that sense, but I think it'll be better.
Do you have anything that you want to say to any of the Yellowpete fans out there who were just a little sad to see you play your last game?
I mean, it's got to end somewhere, like you can't play video games for your entire life. That's the sad truth. You'll get over it just like I will.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure to watch you play, even since like CLGEU, and having Double If talk about this crazy Yellowpete guy who apparently Genja's actually getting all of his builds from. I remember those good old days. So it's been very fun all the way from back then. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things in the new split of the LCS at ongamers.com.